Hi Gemini, welcome to your monthly tarot scopes. Please keep in mind this is only a general reading. Take what it feels right and what resonates with your own life experiences at the moment. For the monthly scopes, I'll be doing a spread called the Flying Bird, which intends to bring to consciousness unconscious energies working inside of you through the direction of the month. That's why it's called the flying bird. It's about the direction you are departing from and arriving at, and all that process in certain aspects of your life. But usually it's deep unconscious energies that are working on this behalf. But you can acknowledge them in your own daily basis experiences, because in some way they are there. It's just only about we becoming aware of it. But anyway, Gemini, it seems like this month is a month, a very inward a month of discovering a lot about yourself in an inward state of being, because the departure card, or the here and now for the month of May, is turning in. It's or the Four of Water or the Four of Cups. But this card especially talks about you becoming a witness of your own conscious mind, you becoming a silent witness, not let yourself be involved in your own thoughts, drama, and or roller coaster, but being present without being involved in it in an active way. So it's a month about you realizing much of your own thought process, much about your own emotional self, much about what's going on deep inside of you, that's in the bottom, in the root of all you're trying to achieve and going through. So you can see in the card that she's just witnessing, she's kind of meditating, and she has all these ghosts and all these faces and all this background, and it's represented by her own voices inside of her head, the voices inside of her own self, many times controlling her, guiding her, misleading her when she doesn't allow herself to just zoom out, distance herself from her own thoughts, and realize what's going on and what are her real needs, her real intentions, and her real essence. So I think the month of May is a month of discovering, of reflecting upon yourself, reflecting upon what is exactly that you are after and looking for in your own life and emotional self. Although the resistance card, which is harmony in reverse, the resistance to take off on this flight is you being receptive. It's about you still resisting a little bit of your inward emotional self digging and discovery. It's about you letting yourself flow in the waters of your own being. It's about you letting emotional intelligence guide you through this process, not the mind and the rational and the objective as you may be used to being a Gemini. But it's about you just letting yourself be present within yourself and not trying to act, not trying to do anything to stop what's going on. Just let it flow, and then in the end of this process, you will realize and you will harvest a lot of knowledge and information about your own self, and you will grow and mature in your own consciousness being. So the resistance is about you being receptive. It's about you letting the process happen. It's about you being at harmony with your own mind, emotional body, and mind. It's about you just connecting both of them and being really in a state of joy, in a state of inward understanding, very personal inward understanding. Other people may not realize what's going on with you, but you are just, if you let this resistance fall, you will be just as a state of so much understanding about your own being that it's just beautiful and irreplaceable state of acknowledging your own emotional self and the things you have to offer to the world in a way that nobody can understand but you. And it's really a beautiful card. But the response to this resistance is the Two of Clouds or schizophrenia. So the response to not letting the waters flow, not letting your emotional self guide you in some sense, witnessing it, it's you being at the crossroads. It's you being divided and separated from your own being. And when we are separated, we activate pain and we activate anxiety, and we have a hard time understanding which way to go because we are separated. We we have a perception of uh, two paths, and we are attached to the two paths, and we don't know how to choose. This could also be talking about that inner duality inside of you, or it could be an outside circumstance forcing you to make a decision. And this forceful situation, in some sense, of having to make a decision and having to take a choice, it's activated by again that state of not allowing the waters guiding you and the waters flowing you and being at harmony and at peace with your own emotional self. And that will create a divided situation between your mind, probably, and your emotional self. So the response to this resistance is being, in some sense, unaware of your possibilities, which are unfolding right in front of you, but you are not able to seeing it because you are holding on to do two different prospects and sides of your life. And the answer for this response, if you don't know where your heart lies in, is just to let yourself free fall. Let yourself free fall. Let go of all both of it, free fall, and you will realize immediately where your heart lies on. Because when we are falling, our heart rate starts to beat faster, 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 and you will realize what's the real path for you to go. Also, the intuition is slowing down. This month is, in some sense, as you being a Gemini, you can feel like it's a boring month. In some other sense, it's a month of slowing down. Your usually fast-paced life is about you turning inwards. It's about you acknowledging your acknowledging time not as an outside perspective, but the time stops when we go inward, and the time is non-existent when we slow down and we come back home into our body temple. It's a month to work a lot on your self-conscious being, on your self-conscious patterns, on your self-needs. It's a slowing down month for you to turn in, like the first card, the departure card was talking about. It's about you wanting or not wanting to, are the universe will give you some kind of slowing down, either in the circumstantial side of your life, even if you are acknowledging yourself and letting it happen, to some kind of recovery, to some kind of acknowledging of something that the response lies inside of you. So the intuition and the guidance is really about you slowing down and not having fear associated with that, because Geminis don't really like to slow down and don't really like to be uh, are not the best signs about enjoying alone time or introspection, deep introspection and meditating. They usually even think they cannot meditate. So, and we are in the Taurus season, which is correspondent to your 12th house, since the next sign that will be celebrating his solar return, it's yourself. And usually when we have transits over the 12th house, we are in some sense forced to to slow down, to go inward, to tap into our unconscious being, to realize much um, much of our own strengths and weaknesses. It's like putting a spotlight in so deep inside of you on things and patterns and emotions that we are not consciously aware of when we are doing it, because they are so deeply rooted in our unconscious self. So many times this cycle of time, it's about you acknowledging much about your dreams, much about your illusions, much about your deceptions, your past situations where you just need to make a meditating state about it, where you are witnessing everything that happened to you until now, and you, in the end of this process, acknowledge the true value that resides inside of yourself, and you are ready to begin a new cycle of your own projected outside image, because you've worked in your unconscious. You know how much you value, you know what resides deep inside of you, and then you're projecting it because you've done the work about it, about that 12th house. It's associated with Pisces. So it's about you really going inward into your spirituality, into your own being, and trying your best to find your own meditation state of being. Your own, when you slow down, it doesn't have to be meditation, the normal kind of meditation. There's a lot of ways of meditating, and you can find your own. And when we slow down and we start thinking about it, and we start realizing it's important for us to do it, we'll find our own creative way. That's the beauty about the human being differences. There's not only one way, there's multiple ways. So yeah, slowing down is the intuition and the inner guidance for you. Also, the response, the intelligent response to that intuition is integration. So again, the yin and the yang, the positive and the negative, the masculine and the feminine. And Gemini, it's a very dualistic sign. Again, they usually have a lot of duality going on, more active than others. Others are more subconscious about it. You have a lot of duality, and you are working on unifying that duality. You're working at integrating aspects of your own being uh, into harmony again, which is your resistance, into finding a way to join two sides into oneness. And as we had as a response to that resistance, again, the two of clouds, you see how they both match. The response is maybe schizophrenia, maybe about you being at the crossroads and feeling separated from your own self, not knowing which way to go, because you feel like you will always lose something of yourself in that choice. And the intelligent response to intuition, which is slowing down, is you finding a way. It's not about you really needing to choose. It's you finding a way of integrating both aspects. It's you finding a way of finding balance and harmony into the light and dark aspects there are inside all human beings. So maybe until now you were not really questioning uh, your own your own personality, your own way of doing things. Maybe you came at a point where you realized and you feel with much more intensity that duality working inside of you, that feeling of being two people inside one body, two minds, two emotions, two hearts, anything like that. And you are working towards integration. You are working through merging both of them, not choosing exactly one side. It's about you letting the process happen. And when the process, again, when you slow down, you will find a way inside of you. You'll have the answer inside of you in an inward state of being. You will find a way of merging two aspects of your life during the month of May. You'll find a way of finding balance, of finding healing, of finding perfect harmony, which is the resistance. But first you need to be receptive and you need to be allowing of it. The relaxation or acceptance card is morality. So the acceptance and the relaxing thing is about you getting off your mind. It's about you stop being so analytical and objective and so judgmental even and so critical or self-critical about this whole situation and trying to tame it and trying to control it in a mind being, in a state of logical being, and just relaxing about it, relaxing about your judgment, relaxing about the concept of right or wrong, which will eventually again lead to that sense of division and feeling that you are stuck between two worlds. And it's about you just relaxing your mind, relaxing your thoughts, and um, tap into that first card, which is a departure that is asking you to go inwards, to meditate, to take a breath, to take a break, and to relax and just be completely at peace. It's like watching a movie of your own life, but you're not acting upon it. You're not doing anything. This month is not about action. It's about you having beside your eyes everything that may be uh, that may had been not aware until this time, and now you are just doing a background check and you are realizing everything, but in an allowing state where you just don't say anything about it, you just don't do anything about it. So this morality, it's about you not being so self-critical and so self-judgmental. It's about you realizing that criticizing yourself will only lead you to feeling even more separated and not being able to actualize changes and the choices you are being asked to make or you're feeling like you need to make. And this whole state will lead you to the arrival of a new level of awareness, which is reapness, which is amazing, or the Nine of Rainbows, or the Nine of Pentacles. So after you've done during the month of May, the direction you're going through is beginning in a state of witnessing, of meditation, of going deep within your own emotional body and realize its needs and realize its faults and realize everything that had been operating until that moment. That's the departure point. And the arrival is you being so aware of your inner richness, of your inner soul juice, that you are sharing them with others. You are falling from the tree of life, ready to show the growth, the amazing growth you had inside of you. What is your own true value of your soul? And you start wondering it and questioning it and looking for it. And you end the month realizing it, getting to it, feeling so fulfilled. It's about inner fulfillment. Again, if you were feeling separated or divided or not knowing um, how to put together and integrate together two different aspects of your being, of your life, when you slow down and you go inwards and you do all this work, you will find the answer, and you not only will find the answer, you will have so much inner growth. You will have so much awareness of your values, of your independent. It's about your independent conquer of something. It's about you conquering your own state of abundance when you do this kind of work. It's about you just feeling so content with, so fulfilled. It's about, again, it's about fulfillment. It's about inner fulfillment. And when you come to the state of inner fulfillment during the month, and then you are ready to show it, and you are ready to share it, and you are ready to experience it outside. So, Gemini, a month to do a lot of meditating, healing, therapies. It's a month to question a lot yourself, to write down anything, any random thought, any dream. Dreams can be really important to, to just really meditate on yourself. Really go after your emotional patterns. Go after your emotional needs. But just look at them in a distant kind of way, because you will see many things that may have uh, not been aware until the moment, and you will be so much amazed about it, and so much amazed about how you will grow in the space of a month. Your consciousness, your state of being will grow so much in this month cycle. So I really wish you a great month. Thank you for listening, sharing, subscribing. It really means a lot to me. And we'll see each other in the next video.